Everybody, Eddie Avenue Photography. Gonna do the part 2 of my part 1 of having this camera for 1 month and go over some of the images. And I can't seem to do this video right. This is probably the 7th time I've started it. I don't know why. I think I'm tired. So just please bear with me. I'm gonna go kind of quick too. Just because my computer will go kind of quick. All right, let's there we go. Let's blow this up first. All right, so some of the pictures I took in the events and gigs that I've had to do, and some just random pictures. Let's start out with this one. I took this one a while ago. I think I only had the camera for about a week or so. This is shot at 12,800 ISO. And it just goes to show what this camera can do. 16mm wide open, 1/30th handheld. And just came out of church. There's my son getting in our van, and I shot this. So I think it's a cool image. Lots of detail here. Pretty good bit of detail here. Everything looks kind of cool. Yes, there's lots of grain. Yes, it's 12,800 ISO, but it's nice. So let's see the image straight out of the camera. So this is straight out of the camera, raw image. Lots of noise, but again, lots of detail. I think it's a fantastic picture. You zoom in, really hard to see any detail. Here we go with a little bit of editing. But yeah, pretty cool picture. 12,800 ISO, handheld, lens is wide open at 16mm. No complaints. All right, last Saturday shot this band, 3200 ISO. Great picture. I don't know what I did to this picture that it's a TIFF. I don't know if I went to Photoshop and came back, but it's a TIFF file, so I can't show you the original. But very nice picture, I think. All right, let's go. Here we go. My buddy Lee at 6400 ISO. He looks really mean, but he's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. And let's go to the raw image. So here we go. A little bit of grain in his face. A little bit of grain back here. But overall, I think a pretty clean image. Lots of detail. And here we got quite a bit of noise reduction and sharpening, I imagine. Let's go to details. Yeah, a lot of sharpening and a good bit of noise reduction. And it's mask. I always mask my sharpening because you don't want to sharpen this stuff. All right, let's go to this one. Another one at 3200 ISO. I'm so pleased with these images. I think it's great. This was one of those, the band was playing. I went there. Wasn't a paying gig, so we're just having fun. One of those get in free, eat and drink free gigs. So no pressure. Had a blast. I shot for about 2 hours. I think the results are pretty nice. This is the image out of the camera at 3200 ISO. And this one has quite a bit of sharpening and noise reduction as well. But overall, fantastic image, I think. All right, so I had my camera the other day at work, and this is what I do when I'm not taking pictures. I make and sell eyeglasses. Handheld, just stood back here, had the camera waist level. I love the level in this camera. And I shot this, and this was the raw image. And I think it did a really, really good job of recovering shadows. I was really impressed with the stuff here. It just almost looks like it's gone. And then recovered pretty good. You can see some cords back here. Did a little bit of dodging and burning. Quite a bit of did the HDR look, where you drop the highlights, shadows, and then clip the white and black. Did some dodging and burning here. But pretty cool picture. Lots of detail. Fantastic. You can zoom in and almost read the license plate. But great detail here. Let's go over here and see, really good detail here too. See that? See the screen on that computer? Let's see if I can get look at these. It's fantastic. At 6.3, again handheld, 60th of a second, and I'm wide open with the lens. Another thing too to mention is the distortion is very well controlled. You know, I did no straightening with this. This is basically out of the camera, so you can see here we're a little crooked. Here we're pretty good, and this is really no modification to the distortion. It's just how it was shot, and I think I did really well, especially at 16mm. It's the contact lens room. Lots of detail. This was a 4.5 800 ISO 1/25th of a second. I don't know why I went with those settings, but it was darker. But a little bit of noise, but overall, I think it did a fantastic job. And again, very little distortion. And again, we're wide open too, so that's great. A couple of days ago, I shot a few paintings. This is one of them. Great detail, great colors. I actually used the passport color check with these, which I use with just about any product that I shoot. Great results. Here's another one. And it's cool because you can just zoom in and zoom in and zoom in and not run out of megapixels. It's fantastic. There we go. Lots of detail, beautiful color. All right, this is Oscar. Great little sculpture, and f8 100 2/50th of a second. This that's its max sync speed, by the way, 250. The details are incredible, absolutely incredible. Really, really like this image. Really see the leaves. You can see all the detail. You can really blow this up once I get done with it. Haven't done much to it, but you can really blow this up. To give you guys an idea, let's look at this one. This is Oscar's friend Charlie, and I shot Charlie with a 5D Mark II using the 50mm Sigma Art lens, which is the best lens I've ever played with. And sharp. Lots of detail, a little bit of noise because I shot at 400 ISO. Don't ask me why, because I was trying to get my flashes not to work as hard, but you know, just take less pictures. Duh. Live and learn. Don't shoot these things at 400 ISO. Leave it at 100. But you know, I think they're both very well detailed, very sharp, very comparable to each other, and you're looking at an amazing lens and a fantastic camera, comparing it to the NX1. So a 5D Mark II with the Sigma 50mm art lens versus the NX1 and the 16-50. Very pleased with the 60-50 lens. All right, let's go and take a look at some of the images from the party I shot. This was really cool because I didn't have to do much to the pictures. I was getting really good results right out of the camera. For example, oops, sorry. This is right out of the camera. At 1000 ISO, it's a really clean shot at 1000 ISO. I think it did a really, really good job. And here's a little bit of sharpening, a little bit of, what did I do? A little bit of this, a little bit of that. That's it. Actually, it looks like the SLR Lounge preset, import preset. Yeah, that one right there. Good stuff. I really like their stuff. The mixology. Great image. Here's another one. 400 ISO 2.8. Very sharp. Colors are great. this is what the camera got, and this is what I turned it into. But it's fantastic, you know, lens wide open, 50 mil. Very happy. Here we go. We got some highlights here, and I think it did a very good job of recovering, and a fantastic job of getting all these colors. This is a neon tube, but it's probably LED. And then tungsten. This was LED. And then Christmas lights, and then there's a flash, and I was auto white balance. So the camera, I think, is very smart. Does a great job. Does a good job of recovering highlights and shadows. Here's my first on-the-job selfie with the NX1, and I just want to show you guys this. So we're at 400 ISO. Wide open 16 millimeter. Look at that. That's fantastic. Fantastic. This is a really sharp lens. Let's take a look at my eye. It's almost the same color. It's almost. So missed my eye by a little bit, but did a good job. I mean, just amazing, sharp. Way to go, camera. Good focusing. Alright, here's one from my son's play, and it was pretty cool because I was sitting way back and I could really zoom in and get a lot of detail in Lightroom. So it's fantastic. Take a shot, come home, crop. It's all good. And let's see, what else do we have? It's one of church, kind of showing shadows again. But another great picture, 3200 ISO. Speaking of church, I was sitting shooting this and I realized how quiet that shutter is. I think it's fantastic. I think it's going to be great for a church. I don't shoot weddings, but if I did, I think it'd be fantastic. Really, really nice, quiet shutter. Very happy with it. It was so funny, like, did my first shot and I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta turn off all the beeps, gotta turn off the beam. Once I did that, it was good. I was using it quite a bit to shoot. Alright, I think that's pretty much it for these images. I hope this was helpful, but I'll post more soon, and that's pretty much it. So thanks again for watching Eddie Avenue.